Last time on Dr. Whooves, The Next Regeneration.
Okay, I want you to turn out all the lights, face that mirror, and say Bloody Misaki 3 times. Boo!
Ah! That was too easy. You girls actually believe in that silly story?
We are the Spa Pony Crime Scene Investigation Service. I'm the doctor, and this is my assistant Clover.
We are still in the beginning stages of the investigation. Everything you see here is exactly as it was when we arrived.
So, Doctor, what do you think could have caused something like this to happen?
Well, I'm not really sure, but Bloody Misaki, why does that name sound so familiar?
Doctor! Help! Doctor! Bloody Misaki! She's here!
You have crossed a line I cannot ignore. I swear to you that nothing will stand in my way, and there is no power in all of Equestria that can stop me from ending this once and for all.
My head. What? Where am I? How? Hello? Is any pony there? Doctor? Aloe? Vera? Any pony?
Oh my, what do we have here? A guest? It's not often I have guests here, so do make yourself at home. I would offer you some tea, but I seem to have misplaced my kettle.
I would settle for an aspirin right about now, but I have a feeling you're going to say you don't have that here either. Wherever here is. Who are you?
Oh, well, I've had many names for my many travels throughout the centuries. The woman in whites. La Llorona. Hanako-san. Bloody Mary. Baba Yaga. But I believe you ponies prefer to call me Bloody Misaki.
Bloody Misaki? But how? Where are we? What is this place?
You are exactly where you remember being, where he left you, in a plane that exists on the outskirts of your world. A mirrorverse, if you will. Dreadful place, terribly lonely. Until now, of course. My ability to bring your kind into my world is a new talent I only recently discovered. And a talent that will make my plans for revenge much more entertaining.
Revenge? That's what this is about?
Oh, is that really so surprising, dear?
Why? Why them? What did those ponies ever do to you?
Oh, not them, dear. They're not important. They never were. The one I want revenge on is the one who trapped me in this endless, timeless, tiresome prison. The one you call the Doctor.
You're lying. The doctor would never.
Oh, but he did. And he will pay for the pain he caused me. Every year, every day, every hour, every second that I suffered, he will feel.
Then I guess I'll just have to stop you first.
You are more than welcome to try, but I would advise against it.
And why do you say that?
Oh, because you see, this pony's body is wearing out and nearly expired. Poor little thing. If anything should happen to it, then dear sister of mine would be forced to find a new host. And since you're the only other pony here, dear, that doesn't leave her with too many other options, does it?
Sister of mine?
That's my name, dear. Don't wear it out. I am sister of mine from the family of blood, a proud and ancient race destined to live forever to revel in the might of our own heritage. There are races across the universe who tremble at the mention of our name.
So, then where are the rest of you?
Oh, cheeky little filly, aren't you?
I am not! Wait, why am I here? Why am I not in some kind of sick coma like the rest of the ponies you attacked?
Attacked? Oh dear me, that's such a harsh word. I only frightened them a little, that's all. I barely laid a hoof on them. But you, dear, you are a very special little pony. You are a companion of the doctor.
Yeah, and speaking of him, when he gets here, I'll enjoy watching him kick your round little rear right out of here. You just wait until he gets here, and you'll see.
Tell me, dear, how well do you know the doctor? Do you trust him? Do you trust him completely? Would you follow him to the ends of the universe? Would you trust him with your very own life?
Well, yes, I do. He hasn't given me a reason not to.
Is that so? Well, then I suspect he would trust you as well, dear, and because he trusts you as much as he does, then I'm sure he's told you all about his past. The events of his long life before he met you, all of the companions he's had before you came along, all of the lives he's taken and the blood on his hands, or hooves, as it were.
Past? Killed?
Oh, come now, dear, don't be so naive. Every pony has a past, and I'm sure the doctor is a changed man now. Oh, wait, that's right. He isn't. Different face, different body, different species even. I'll have to ask him how he managed to pull off that little magic trick of his. But no matter what he does to hide from it, he's still the same Time Lord we all live to hate.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? And you're a pony too, you know? Just putting that out there.
Oh, details, details. Let me tell you a little something about this doctor that you seem to trust so much.
As if you would know anything about him.
More than you, I'd imagine. But then I've been something of a permanent fixture in his life, lurking in the corners of every mirror he came to visit, in the shadows of every reflection his eyes ever fell upon. Until he remodeled, of course. I didn't like it, but then I suppose I didn't have much say in the matter. On the other hand, dear, you and your kind are what you ponies might refer to as collateral damage.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh dear, was I not clear? Would you prefer if I used smaller words? Replaceable, immaterial, largely unimportant. Cheap fodder to throw in the path of the monsters that lurk in our dear doctor's naughty, naughty past.
Oi! I resent that remark. I think.
You didn't really believe that you were his first, did you? That you were really all that special to the doctor? You were merely another companion, a means to an end, another toy to play with in his boredom. Face it, dear, you're not that special. You never were.
I don't believe you. You're wrong. The doctor will come for me. And when he does...
You just don't get it, do you? Oh dear me, you're more hopeless than I thought. Let me put it to you in terms that you will clearly understand. If the doctor chooses to rescue you, it will be to suit his own purposes. Whatever you might think, dear, he won't be doing it for you.
We'll see about that.
Back again, I see, Doctor. Dr. Horse is out for the moment, but if you like, I could page him for you.
That won't be necessary, Nurse Tenderheart. I'm only here as a visitor. One patient in particular. Actually, Miss Rarity.
Of course. Let me show you to her room.
Then after that didn't work, Scootaloo suggested that we become the Cutie Mark Crusaders chimney sweepers. You should have seen it, Rarity. After that dress rehearsal, it took almost 30 minutes to get our coat colors back. The whole time we were washing the soot out of our coats, I could almost hear what you would have said to see us in such a state. You would have been so mad. But to be honest, Rarity, I wish you could have seen it. And I really missed you scolding us for being so silly. Oh, Rarity, I miss you so much. I need my big sister. Please come back to me.
I see you've been talking to your sister. That's very good. Good for you. And good for her.
Doctor, do you really think she can hear me? I mean, she won't answer me, and she still won't wake up. So, I just thought maybe...
I can assure you, Sweetie Belle, she most certainly can hear you, and when she wakes up, she'll probably want to have a word with you about that little chimney sweep episode of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Sweetie Belle, I can't help but notice that you're looking a little pale yourself, and with your coloring, that is an accomplishment. Have you eaten today?
Well, I am...
You know, it's wonderful that you're looking out for your sister, but you also need to look out for yourself. Why don't you go and get something to eat from the cafeteria? The food isn't all that great, but I heard that your chef is a lovely mare who's been known to give a pony a tasty chocolate or two with their meals, and I do love a good chocolate.
Well, I suppose I could eat, but I can't leave Rarity alone.
I promise you, she will not be alone. I will stay with her.
All right, Doctor. I'll be back just as soon as I can, Rarity. I promise.
Hello, Miss Rarity. It's been a while since we last met. You could say I've had some work done since then. Long story. Probably best that we save that little gem for another time. Right now, I need you to focus on my voice. I need you to listen very carefully to me and what I'm about to say. I know that things aren't easy right now, and you probably feel that it is easier to let go than to stick around and fight a battle you think you can't win. But you can't give up. You have to keep fighting for the sake of your friends, your family, your sister. Sweetie Belle would never forgive you if left her alone, and I would never forgive myself for letting this happen. I should have known. I should have seen it. I should have stopped it, but if it wasn't for my blindness, none of this would have happened, and you would be home with your sister right now instead of surrounded by all this white gauze. It's so not your color. The point is, Rarity, it's my fault that you're here, and it's my fault that you're in this terrible state. But I promise you, Rarity, I will make this right again, if it's the last thing I do. And it might very well be the last thing I do, but if it is, I need you and your sister to know that it was worth it, and that you were worth it. Oh, and one more thing. When you wake up, go easy on your sister. She's had it rough for the past few days, and she really needs your love right now more than ever. She needs you, Rarity. Don't let her down now. As for me, I have some unfinished business with an old friend, or rather, an old enemy. I have far too many of those these days. Perhaps I should start working on my pony skills when this is all over.
Wow, Doctor! You're right about the mare in the cafeteria. She is a nice pony, and she gave me an extra chocolate to give to... Doctor? I wonder where he went. I must have been gone a bit longer than I thought. Oh well. I'm sure he'll be back soon, Rarity, so don't you worry. The doctor promised that he would take care of you, and I don't doubt him for a second. He'll make you all better, Rarity. Just you watch. Now, where was I? Oh yes! So then, after we tried being the Cutie Mark Crusaders chimney sweeps, Scootaloo suggested that we try being the Cutie Mark Crusaders Ghostbusters. But my mane was still stained from the grimy soot we found ourselves covered in as chimney sweeps.
Sweetie Belle, did you try using that special make conditioner I got for you? Or did you forget again? As you so often do.
Well, we had to use what was there, and I knew that you would be mad if you saw what we had. Rarity? Rarity, you're awake! Oh, Rarity, I thought you would never wake up. Sweet Celestia, this is wonderful news. I have to let the doctor know about this. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back, Rarity, I promise. Doctor, Rarity is awake. Doctor! He's gone.
Are you looking for some, pony dear?
Yes, I was looking for the doctor, but I can't seem to find him.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. The doctor is out for the rest of the evening, but I assure you he'll be back in the morning. If there is something you need right now, I'm sure I can help you, dear.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to tell him, but it's okay. It can wait. Are you sure he'll be back in the morning?
Oh, you have my word, dear. The doctor won't be gone for long. He just has other business to attend to before he returns in the morning. But I promise you that he will come back. He hasn't forgotten about you, dear.
Well, this has all been good fun, dear, but I do believe we have an appointment with the doctor, and we must not keep him waiting. Tardiness is such a distasteful quality, don't you agree?
Oh, I don't know. I'm more of the fashionably late kind of mayor. I just love to make an entrance.
Oh, don't worry, dear. Our entrance will certainly be one to remember.
And what makes you think that you're going to get away with this? The doctor will come for me, and he will stop you.
Well, you're right about one thing, dear. The doctor will come. That much we can be certain of. But will he stop me? Well, I believe that depends on you, dear, and how much he thinks of you as his dearest.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, and look at that! Our dear doctor is already waiting for us just over there. Do you see? Oh, and look, he's in room 6! How convenient. How predictable. It's almost a shame.
Has any pony told you, lady, that you are one hay bale short of a stack?
Now, dear, why don't you be a good little filly and just enjoy the show from right over here?
But wait! You can't just... leave me here?
Doctor, how lovely to see you again. It's been too long.
Not nearly long enough. And I see you've forgotten your manners, sister. Nature versus nurture and all that. Allow me to fill in the blanks for you, shall I? You see, these days we generally consider it bad form to lock up our party guests in fragmented Mirrorverse pockets, and we certainly don't leave our clothes lying around for others to pick up for us. I'm not your mummy, and pink has never been your color.
And just look at you, Doctor. My, how you've changed since we last met. Your voice is deeper, and your face, it looks older and longer.
Yes, I suppose I might have put on a few years since the last time you saw me.
Not to mention a few pounds.
Oi, it's not my fault my companion works at a pastry shop all the time.
Doctor, I told you before, it's a part-time job. And one I'm going to lose with you taking so many chocolate swirl milkshakes.
What else am I supposed to do while I'm waiting for you to catch up after your never-ending milkshake mixing cleanup duty?
Again, it's only part-time, and you could start by exercising an ounce of patience instead of 12 ounces of chocolate swirl.
You bite your tongue.
And to think, Doctor, of all the times I pictured this moment. How many different ways I imagined our grand reunion might turn out. I never could have imagined this. Seeing you crawling around on all fours like some primal beast. Oh, my dear Doctor, you always did go on about the devolution of the species and how we should all take a step back on the great cosmic scale to examine the universe and our place in it. But I do think you might have taken a step too far back on the evolutionary part of that cosmic scale. Don't you, dear?
Hey!
Teapot calling the kettle black? Well, personally, I find it to be a rather liberating form. Thought I might take it out for a run or 2 or 5. I've even given some thought to entering a few of those Canterlot rodeo races I hear so much about. What do you think, Clover? Do you think I should? Do you think I could win? More importantly, do you think I look good in a Stetson? Now, that's a question that's been haunting me for quite a while now.
Doctor, I don't think now is really the best time for this discussion.
Really? You see, I must disagree. I think now is the perfect time for this conversation. I'm here, and you're here, in a matter of speaking, of course. And of the 3 of us, at least 2 of us can be sure that I will not agree to anything until you bring Clover back into this plane. Sister?
You know that's not how this works, Doctor.
No, that is how I work, and I've never been one for compromise. Hate the stuff. Tastes too much like sour apple gumdrops, and of all the flavors, sour apple's got to be the worst. I mean, really? Who do they still make those for anyway?
Hey, I like the apple ones.
Really? Well, aren't you the odd duck? Well, to each his own, I suppose. Now, as for you, sister, don't you think for one moment that I haven't noticed the little handiwork littered all about town. You've left quite a messy trail behind you. Very crude, very sloppy, very Naughty. Tell me, didn't mother of yours teach you to clean up after yourself? Or did you perhaps feel the 1,000-year neglect as a child because somewhere deep, and I do mean deep down, she knew that every time she looked at you, she really wasn't looking at her own daughter anymore? Of course, you've all changed your form so many times, gone through so many different bodies not of your own, that I'm not sure Mummy Dearest even remembered what she was supposed to look like. Of course, that can happen when you go through 200 or 300 bodies in a few short centuries. I certainly don't remember the first suit I ever wore. But I'll tell you what, I'd never forget a face. Certainly not my own.
Promises, Doctor. We are the family of blood, and we take what is necessary for our survival. The casualties that occur in between are a mere hazard of the trade.
Now, I haven't attended a grammar lesson in a while. I wasn't the most punctual student in my class, and I always knew more than the professors ever did. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we seem to imply a group of people, ponies, and what have you. But you, my dear, only appear to have you. Now tell me, sister, where exactly is the rest of this family of yours?
You should know. You're the one who imprisoned them, doomed them all to languish in torment for all of time.
Well, you lot want to live forever. I just gave you all exactly what you asked for. And I don't hear them complaining.
Well, you wouldn't, would you? See no evil, hear no evil, and your world just keeps spinning, doesn't it? The good doctor has to keep his hands, pardon me, his hooves, clean and his record perfect. Why would he go back to the people and places that remind him of the sins of his past when they only serve to remind him of all the evil he's done in his long and miserable life? Well, go on then, Doctor. Are you going to tell her, or shall I?
Oh, you do not want to go there, sister.
Oh, I really think I do. Tell her, Doctor, what you did to my family. Tell her what you did to me.
This is your last warning.
Tell her, Doctor. You tell your little friend over there how you hunted us down after beating us back and banished us all to a fate worse than death. You tell her how you shackled father of mine in unbreakable chains and left him there to languish in some godforsaken prison. Tell her how you threw mother of mine into the heart of a collapsing star when her back was turned. How you time-locked brother of mine and hung him up in a field like some cheap scarecrow to frighten off all the little birdies for the rest of his life. And how you made me watch it all before shoving me into the pocket universe you discovered in the dark, damp corners of a mirror, of every mirror, forever imprisoned in the shadows. Is it any wonder why I wanted to get away from it all?
All right, we'll play it your way. You show her my cards, and I'll show her yours. When your family first came to this universe, what did you do? What was the first thing on your to-do list when you arrived?
We came here to find the ultimate source of life.
Oh, come now, sister. Don't go getting soft on me now. You came for me. You and your family of blood came to this universe for the sole purpose of hunting me down. And for what?
We wanted life. All we wanted was to live, Doctor.
Jenny the maid, Headmaster Rawcastle, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Clark, Jeremy Baines, Lucy Cartwright. Don't you think they wanted to live too? Or did you think they were nothing more than another set of skins to add to your collection?
Their blood is on your hands, Doctor. If you had come forward when we first asked, if you hadn't run away like the coward that you are, none of them would have had to die.
Oh, now, isn't that just so typical? I point out the fault in your behavior, and you find a way to turn around and make it my fault. Did anyone ever tell you you'd make an excellent London housewife, or mother perhaps? I never got along with the mothers. This is why I never go domestic. But I'll tell you something, sister. There's no need to put up any pretenses around me. I'm a straightforward kind of stallion. We both know you would have killed them regardless of the favors I would have granted you beforehand. And while we're all being honest, why don't you just admit that you would have done it without even giving it a second thought? Jeremy Baines, he was a student at the Farium School for Boys. A little strange around the eye, certainly, and sure, he had an elevated sense of self-worth, but did he really deserve what you did to him? And Lucy Cartwright, the child that you yourself murdered so that you could wear her skin like the pretty pink coat that she wore every day since her 11th birthday because her mother bought it for her while she was away on business in Birmingham? Did you know that she died the day before her 12th birthday and that this scarf and that bow were her most favorite possessions in all the world because her grandmother knit them for her 10th birthday?
That's cute, Doctor. A tad dramatic, but either way, it hardly matters now.
Oh, it matters. It always mattered, and it always will. That's something you and your family never understood. Everything connects, and it always matters.
Oh, but you see, Doctor, I was better than you. I was more clever. I'm the one who figured it out. That little pocket you found to shove me into was much bigger than you bargained for, wasn't it? It didn't exist in just every mirror. It appeared in the corners of every reflection I came across. In mirrors, pools, baths.
And the occasional kitchen appliance.
Precisely.
Yes, well, you can believe me when I say, sister, that it's a mistake that I won't be making again.
You won't get the chance, Doctor. Well, I think we've had more than enough time to catch up, don't you? Don't you know it's rude to lead a girl on and not follow through, Doctor? You know what I want, so be a good little coat and give it to me.
You'll get nothing from me, sister, until you let her go.
I'm curious, Doctor. If I agree to release her, what will you do with her?
That is none of your concern.
Oh, but I do want to know, Doctor. Tell me, and do be honest, how precious is she to you, really?
As precious to me as any companion of mine could ever be.
Oh, yes, and I think every pony here would like to know just how many companions you've had over your many years of travel, Doctor. Tell us, what happens to them when you've grown tired of their company? When you decide you just can't make use of them any longer?
I know what you're doing, sister, but it won't work.
Oh, but you're wrong, Doctor. The work is already done. Your companion knows the truth now, and I'm curious to know what she thinks of her Doctor, now that she's seen the truth.
Clover, I want you to listen to me. I need you to think of the last place you felt safe. Picture it in your mind. And when she releases you, I need you to go to that place and don't stop. Do not look back for any reason.
But Doctor...
Clover, listen to me. Trust me. Just do as I say.
As you wish, Doctor. I will release her.
Doctor?
Clover, get out of here.
But...
Now!
Well, now that we're finally alone, Doctor, whatever shall we do? Oh, wait. I know just the thing.
Ah!
Tell me, Doctor, how does it feel? Does it hurt?
Yeah, I can handle it.
Oh yes, the Doctor. Always the hero, always coming to the rescue, always coming just in time to save every pony in the world. Except for me. You never bothered to come back for me.
I could come back. Ah!
I waited for you. For centuries I let myself believe that you would come back for me, and that you would finally return to release me from the hell you banished me to. But you never did.
I had no choice. I was taken away from my universe, and torn apart from everything I knew, and everyone I loved. But I made the most of what I had here, and I found the magic of friendship and the love in this universe, and in this world. But I didn't forget the ones I left behind. I never forgot the people I left behind when I was brought here. Innocent people who paid the price of my greatest mistakes.
And what about me, Doctor? Did you ever think of the price I paid for what you did? You left me alone to rot in my prison for all of time. And now, you will finally pay for what you did to me and everyone I loved. And when I'm done with you, Clover will be next. She too will perish by my hooves and will die cursing the day she ever met her dear Doctor.
I won't let that happen.
You don't have the power to stop me, Doctor. There is nothing you can do about it now.
That is something you never did learn, sister. There is always another way.
Oh, no, Doctor. You won't get away that easily. Doctor? Doctor! No, you can't do this to me again. Not again, do you hear me? I can't. I won't let you leave me again, Doctor. Do you hear me? This is not over. Oh, Doctor, I will find you and your companion, and when I do, you will pay. Oh, I won't fall for your tricks again, Doctor. I know this realm better than any pony else. I still have power here, and I will return, and I will find you. All I need is... What? The bath. It's empty, and the mirror. It's gone in the door. No. No. What have you done, Doctor? No. You can't do this to me. You can't leave me here. You can't leave me, Doctor. Please don't do this again. Don't leave me here alone. I can't take it. I've done nothing wrong. I can't live like this. I can't do it again, Doctor. I won't, Doctor. I refuse. Please, Doctor, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Not again. Not again. Not again. And once again, the Doctor banished me from the realm of his world, doomed to spend the rest of my long life in yet another pocket of the universe, never to feel so much as a wisp of the clear autumn wind dancing across my cheek. This time, however, he kept his promise. He learned from his mistake, and left me with nothing. There was no way out for me. Not this time. It was some time before I was able to compose myself, enough to notice a small envelope that had fallen from an empty shelf nearby where I stood. Inside the envelope was a letter addressed to me. It was from the Doctor. It turns out, he knew me better than I ever knew myself.
Sister of mine, I tried to help you. I gave you every chance to escape your fate and to live out your life in peace. But you ignore them. I have seen how your hatred consumes you, and now it will be your end. I just want you to know that you brought this upon yourself. I leave you now with one last gift. The regenerative energy you took from me will grant you some time to think upon all that you've done, and all the people and the ponies that you killed for this gift. So, after you had a chance to read this letter, I want you to take a moment to ask yourself if it was worth it. Sadly, the pocket universe you now occupy has room for only one. Needless to say, this will be the last time we meet, because visiting hours are now over.
It has been said that not many can survive the fury of a Time Lord. I did once, a long time ago. But I don't know if I have the strength to do it again.
I can't believe that Rarity finally came out of her coma. You must be so happy to have her back, Sweetie Belle.
And to think she came out of it in perfect health, with no side effects at all either. Do the doctors have any idea what might have caused it yet?
No, they're still trying to figure that part out. But with all the other patients in the isolation ward waking up from their comas too, I don't think they're too worried about that right now. I'm just glad the doctor gave the okay to let Rarity come back home already.
You're so brave, Sweetie Belle. I don't know how you did it. I can't imagine what I would do if something like that ever happened to Applejack.
Well, I have to admit, I had a little help from... Can you two wait here? I promise, I'll be right back.
What? Wait, where are you going?
Doctor, I can't believe you're here! I was beginning to think that I wasn't ever going to see you again.
Well, I promised I would come back to check in on you, didn't I?
Well, yes, but what are you doing all the way out here?
Well, you didn't expect me to find you wandering about the hospital wards with your sister safe at home again.
No, I guess not.
And how is Miss Rarity doing?
Oh, she's doing much better, Doctor. She's back to work doing what she loves, and it's all thanks to you. Oh, you have to come and see her, Doctor. I know that she would love to meet you and thank you herself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sweetie Belle. I'm so sorry, but I really can't stay. I have other things I must do, and there are other ponies who need my help.
Oh, but, Doctor, am I ever gonna see you again?
Well, it's hard to say, but if I had to guess, I would say that it's entirely possible that you will see me again. But until then...
See you later, Doctor?
See you later, Sweetie Belle.
Oh, and Doctor.
Yes?
Thank you.
So, who was that?
Ooh, must have been some pony important for you to ditch us to go and see him.
Stop it. It was nothing like that. But he was the doctor who saved Rarity's life. And she would never forgive me if I let him leave without saying thank you to him first.
Really? That was Dr. Horse?
No, silly. That wasn't Dr. Horse. That was... well, actually, I don't know what his name is. He just said he was the doctor.
Well, whoever he is, he must be one heck of a doctor.
Yes, he definitely is.
You just couldn't leave without saying goodbye, could you, Doctor?
I'm not sure what you mean, Clover. I was just checking in on a patient, that's all I mean. How often do I get to be a doctor? And I do mean the proper doctor, not the me kind of doctor.
Just when I think I'm finally starting to know you, Doctor, you go and find something else to surprise me with.
Yes, well, I have to. After all, it's my job to keep things interesting around here, isn't it?
I thought that was my job.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Why ever would you think otherwise?
Doctor? Doctor? All those things that sister of mine said?
They were all true, Clover. I won't deny it. I can't. All those things she said I've done, I did. It was harsh, perhaps, and a little hurtful, certainly, but I doubt anyone from the family of blood would have anything good to say about me. And perhaps what I did back then was unfair. But it was necessary. Lives were at stake, and something had to be done. I had to make a choice. I'll understand if you think differently of me after everything that you've seen and heard today, and everything you've been through because of me.
Doctor, I just wanted to say that I might not always understand why you do the things you do, or how you even do them, but I need you to know that I do trust you, and I always will.
I hope you're not just saying that because I promised to let you steer the TARDIS for our trip to Beta Gamma 12.
Well, that's part of it. And for the record, I still say that sounds more like the name of some culty fret group than the name of an actual planet.
And Alpha Ceti 10 is what?
The planet that shall not be named. Ever. Again.
Yes, right, of course.
But I meant what I said, Doctor. When Bloody Misaki released me from the Mirrorverse prison and you sent me away, you told me to think of the safest place I know of. And that place was here in the TARDIS, by your side. And it always will be.
Thank you, Clover. I can't tell you just how much it means to hear you say that.
Yeah, like it or not, Doctor, you're stuck with me.
And I wouldn't want it any other way.
But there is something I want to know, Doctor. Something I've been meaning to ask you about.
Oh? And what's that?
Can you tell me the rest of the story? I mean about what happened with you and the family of blood. I know it's a lot to ask, but I just want to understand what happened and why.
I had a feeling you were going to ask about that. I suppose it was only a matter of time before my past finally caught up with me. It was many years ago, in another universe. I was a little different back then, only had 2 legs, not 4. I was traveling with my companion, Martha, when the family of blood caught onto us and chased us through all time and space to capture the Holy Grail of life, as they called it, the essence of a Time Lord. So we did the only thing we could. We ran.
Congratulations, Cloverfield! You have just won an all-expensive paid trip to Floston Paradise. Packaging including 3-course meals 4 times a day, daily customized spa treatments about time, and complimentary tickets to see some weird Italian opera singer I've never heard of. Miss Larva Largoon something.
It's not Italian.
What?
Her name is Diva Plava Laguna, and it's not an Italian name. That's why you don't recognize it.
If it's not Italian, then what is it?
Oh, no, I shouldn't say. Future of the world at stake and all that.
Don't you think you're being a bit dramatic?
No, I really don't think so.
I wonder who I should take with me to this Floston Paradise place.
Well, you won't have too many options, and I'm the one who has to drive us all the way across the universe to get us there. And what did I tell you about playing with the psychic paper? It is not a toy, you know.
Yeah, well, who says I need you to drive me there? It says right here, transportation is included. And besides, I need something to dream about after you sabotaged my spa day.
Are you ever gonna let that go?
Never!
Clover, give me back my psychic paper.
No.
Clover?
Doctor?
Doctor, you know your mic is still on, don't you?
Oh, no, Sweetie Belle, of course it's not. It's a... Oh, yes, I see. Yes, it is. Well, I suppose we better get to it then.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
But first, I'll take that.
Hey!
This has been an Equine Productions of Dr. Whooves, The Next Regeneration, Bloody Misaki, Part 2. The Doctor was voiced by Machio.
Clover was voiced by Sachi Shina.
Rarity and Vera were voiced by Pichimo.
Apple Bloom and Aloe was voiced by Malra.
Scootaloo and Nurse Snowheart were voiced by Trouble Trouble.
Babs Seed was voiced by Kaitlyn Fae.
Sweetie Belle, that's me, was voiced by Amber Patino. And Nurse Tenderheart was voiced by Lindsay Patino.
Sister of Mine, also known as Bloody Misaki, was voiced by Cinderwolf.
Hey, what happened to Jill?
Jill? Jill. Why does that name sound so familiar? Oh, yes! Isn't that the name of the new spa pony that was supposed to start today?
Aloe, Vera, and Jill. Aloe, Vera, Jill. Aloe, Vera, Jill. Does any pony else feel like we're being left out of something?
No, I really don't think we are. Moving along then, shall we?
Century 1 was voiced by Thundermane, and Century 2 was voiced by Damien L. Hart.
Dr. Horse, oh, I've got to do this. I've always wanted to do this with the TARDIS, was voiced by... Special effects.
Doctor, I'm pretty sure that's not his name.
Of course it is. It has to be. It says so right here in the script.
Doctor? That's not even close to what it says.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, Dr. Horse was voiced by Hank Jones, Prime.
Don't you dare.
Oh, you never let me have any fun. Anyway, opening and ending theme was arranged by Lucas Marcones.
Audio editing was performed by CS Productions.
My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a copyright of Hasbro.
And Doctor Who is copyright of the BBC.
Doctor, am I the only pony here wondering how Sweetie Belle got in here?
Come to think of it, how did you get in here? Oh, never mind, don't answer that. It's not the first time this has happened, sadly. It seems it won't be the last. At least she didn't bring the rest of her little friends.
And on that cheerful note, see you next episode!
Wow, you were right, Sweetie Belle. This TARDIS is fantastic.
What?
Look at all the buttons and the levers.
No, do not go near the console.
Hey, that could be our new cutie marks.
Yeah!
What?
Cutie Mark Crusaders, TARDIS Invaders.
Or like Cutie Mark Crusaders, TARDIS Investigators.
What? No, absolutely not. Do not touch my TARDIS, and you get off the bookshelf.
Girls, calm down. The TARDIS is not a toy.
Oh, I want the blue squiggly lever. I'll take the green jiggly lever.
No, do not touch the green jiggly lever.
I'm gonna touch it. You're touching me. Not touching you.
And this, fillies and gentilcolts, is why I don't full sit.
The yellow bobbly lever is mine.
No, do not switch the yellow.
Oops. Is the green jiggly lever supposed to come off?
Why do I even have that lever?
Well, you don't anymore.